Hi Ronak, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I'm good too. Thank you. So can you tell me something about yourself?
So I'm having 3 years of experience in automation testing. So for front end, I'm using Java and Selenium, and for back end, I'm using Teststudent and Postman in the automation testing. I'm having the experience in automation and manual testing both.
Okay. What is a priority queue in Java?
Priority queue in Java. Yeah.
Hmm.
Queue uh, it's follow the queue data structure.
Hmm.
But I'm sorry, I'm not like sure for priority queue. I know the queue, but priority queue,
Hmm.
I'm not having the knowledge.
Okay. So let me help you with the answer.
Yeah.
See, priority queues are nothing but if you have to process some objects according to their priority that you can do. So they
Okay.
follow FIFO algorithm. What is FIFO? That is
Yeah.
first in,
First,
first out,
first out. Yeah.
right? So at times, you will get some things in Java that you have to arrange, you have to synchronize the elements of the queue. You have to process those elements of the queue as per their priority. So then priority queue will come into the play.
Okay.
Okay. What is the difference between list, set, and map in Java?
The list. So in the list, uh, we follow the insertion order. In
Hmm.
list, we can allow list allow the duplicate element to store. Map In map we store key and values.
Hmm.
So in map, the internally mapped follow the hash table in Java, and in set we store the object, and in set duplicate object are not allowed. So like if we add the duplicate object, then it's override the previous one.
Hmm.
This is the main difference.
Correct. Now, one of the very important question that you will get in an interview is what is the difference between array list and vector in the Java collection framework?
So ArrayList I know, vector actually I haven't
Mhm.
used in
Okay.
my career.
So, yeah, can you explain about array list?
So ArrayList, so internally ArrayList follow the array data structure.
Hmm.
It is dynamic in length. So like it's for like if the half in the array, if half element is filled, it's filled, then it will automatically double its size after filling the half element internally.
Hmm.
Also in ArrayList we can store the element in array, and which for accessing it is big of o of 1 for insertion, it is big of o n. For deletion also it's a big of n.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
See, array list is not synchronized, whereas vector is synchronized. The size of array list is incremented up to 50% of the current array size. So that also you can say, whereas in the vector, you can increase the size up to 100%.
Okay.
Array list is fast, it is non-synchronized, vector
Yeah.
is slower, right? So in iterator interface, it is used to traverse the elements. The iterator interface or enumeration can be used to traverse the vector. So this is the difference between array list and vector. So these
Okay.
kind of Java collection interview questions you can expect
Yeah.
in an interviews.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, what are the features of Java HashMap when you would be using HashMap?
So HashMap we use when we have to store the element in a key or value. So where key should be always be unique and value can be duplicated. Can
Hmm.
be duplicate can be allowed. So like for the in the real world, for example, we can use HashMap in the way where like the in our framework we have to store the multiple exe file for the driver file, like for Chrome driver, for Firefox driver, for
Hmm.
Edge driver. So in the runtime, for operation of big of one, we can use hash map where we can store in the key we can store the keyword like Chrome, Edge, or Firefox, and in the value we can store the object of object of the driver, like new Chrome driver or new Firefox driver, and in the properties file we can just give the value for which browser we need to initiate our web driver. This is
Right.
the real-time example for HashMap.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Okay. What are threads in Java and what is thread life cycle?
So threads in Java, it's it is so definition I am unable to recall. Like in trade, trade is basically the execution flow of the Java. Like if we have to run forward in a single flow or for
Hmm.
multiple, like so I'm unable to
So
recall the
no
definition
worries,
of
no
trade.
worries. See, a thread in Java at any point of time, it will exist. So what it would do is it would have certain states. So one is new, one is runnable. So let me share my screen. I will just quickly showcase it to you.
Yeah,
What are the different states in this? So one is new, then you will have runnable, right?
yeah,
Then you will have running state, and then you will have terminated. So here you will have different methods. One is start, one is run method, or one is
yeah.
stop. So all these are the states in a thread. So you might get a question related to thread life cycle. So you can explain about these particular things
Okay.
itself.
Yes, I have noted down.
Right? Right.
Yeah,
What are threads? Threads are nothing but those are lightweight processes, right?
right.
Which can be seen, right? You can create the threads by two ways. One is the runnable interface
That,
and one is
yeah,
via thread class itself.
thread class. Yes.
Okay. Now you have to write a Java program which should be able to reverse the individual words. So I am sharing the input and
Yeah.
output in the chat. So
Yes.
input is hello world, output should be OLLEH, and then the second reverse DLROW.
Yes. So just a second.
Yeah, yeah, you can share your screen. I'm
Yeah.
giving you screen sharing rights.
Yeah. Let me know once my screen is
Yeah, yeah, screen is visible.
okay.
You are getting the question, right? Reversing.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Yeah. Earlier, the hot favorite question of an interviewer was reverse a string. Now they have added one more version is reversing the words in this. You might get this question. You also might get that instead of hello world, you have to write OLLEH and let the world be remain as is, right? So these are
okay.
the type of questions that you can get.
Okay. So, sir, in this question, sir, we can, like, we can uh, we can split the array as per the space.
Correct.
Yeah. So just in, so like here we can just I've included a double slash s so that for the edge case, like if there is
Mm-hmm.
there if there is double space, then like
Mm-hmm.
if we only give space, then only for a single space it will be split.
Yes. Yes, that's the
So yeah,
correct approach. Yeah, you can
yeah.
go for that.
So after that, we can like just we can create a we can just create a output string and for so just we can create a string builder class. String builder. Reverse spelling is wrong. Not to string. Yeah, so it will reverse the string, and we can like just we can return the
Mm-hmm.
out.
So
Just a
you are
second. Let me,
using string
uh,
builder, right?
yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So can you explain the flow of this program once you have
Yeah. So
yeah.
so it will split the in the array. It will split hello and world. So after that, we in for loop first I will get the hello. So the builder object will get for the hello, and this builder object will reverse the string, and it will convert it to the string,
Hmm.
which we will store it in a, okay. Here even more mistake I have done. So like I need to add the space,
Hmm.
and then in return we can just trim the space. So
Correct.
last yeah. So here like afterward also there will be one single
Hmm.
string which will be trimmed by in the return.
Right. Right. What if the output that the interviewer is expecting is
Yeah.
just OLLEH, just the reverse of first word, the second word be as is, world itself? Then what will be your approach?
Okay. So
So just you have to change, reverse the first word in that string.
okay, and second word would be same, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Then what will you do?
Um, then I will then for that I will just run this for the first time, like on here just I will run for the first time this loop, and then I will just, as I have splitted the string, so in that I can just take the my in the array my second object, second element of the array, I can concat that with my output.
Okay.
Will that be work?
Yeah, that would work. But any other approach apart from string builder?
Apart from string builder, we
Uh,
yeah, like we can convert like for each string we can convert it to a character array, and then uh, we can have one string, and we can iterate it from the end, and we can store there.
mm-hmm.
Can I write a
Okay.
code for that?
The for loop that you are telling, right?
Yeah, like I'm telling that for this string,
Hmm.
for the as this string is splitted, for each iteration we can convert this string to a character array,
Hmm.
and then from character array we can store the element from last to first.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that as well. See, meanwhile, I'll also show you one approach.
Apart from this,
Hmm. So let me share my screen. So
yeah,
one is your approach, which you told that was the string builder one. If
yeah,
you have two strings, if you have hello world and you need to reverse this entire thing. Okay. So for that, what you can do is you can reverse first individuals words of a string, right? So what you are doing is you can go for a stack here. So we are
okay,
creating an object, will
yeah,
traverse given string and push all the characters to stack. So yes, the space removal is the first thing that we will target. Whenever we see a space, we print the contents of the stack, right? So this is in the if else condition that we'll be. If you don't have any space, then you'll be going for a while. And
yeah,
at the end you'll be just passing this string, which string you want to reverse, right? So those things you can just put hello
okay,
world here,
okay, understood.
right? And then it would be taken care.
Yeah,
This is also one of the approach. String builder is also one of the approach. The third thing that you mentioned, that was also one of the approach. So in an interview, you have to discuss these kind of things with an
yeah,
interviewer, that the different approaches they will ask you to go for, and which is how can you optimize this code. Those things would be asked to you,
yes, understood.
right? So this is fine. Hmm. Okay. What is the difference between hash set and linked hash set?
Yeah, so like difference between hash set and linked hash set is insertion order. So in the hash
Hmm.
set, the insertion order will be random, and for the linked hash set, it will maintain the insertion order accordingly. The key
Okay.
difference, yeah, the key difference is this, and apart from that, the hash set in the hash set, the internal implementation will be set, and for linked hash set, it will be the link uh, hash, linked class, linked list class.
Linked list. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So hash set in Java, it has elements that has got a table. So it will provide you the faster lookups and faster insertion. So hash set is not ordered,
Yeah.
whereas linked hash set is just an implementation, right? It will maintain the insertion order of the elements as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Asset is more faster than linked asset.
Yeah. Now, tell me the output of this program. What output you would get for this program?
It is linked asset integer.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Like it's a,
yeah, this is just a comment. Linked hash set is declared, right? So
okay.
we are declaring one linked hash set here,
Yeah.
right? HS equal to new linked hash set, right? And
Uh,
ignore these things. This is just a type.
okay. Okay. So sir, the
Hmm.
output would be say
Yeah, what would be the output of this program?
so it will print 1253 in order wide.
Correct, correct. Right. The output would be 1253.
Yeah.
Now let me change something in this. Okay, fine. This is fine. Now consider consider a scenario where in automation you have to check that a file size, a file of certain file size is getting downloaded fully or not. Consider the size of that file is, let's say, 5 GB. So in an automation scenario, you have to keep a check. Once that file is getting downloaded fully, then you will be going for a logging that file downloaded successfully, status as pass. So what logic, what code you will write in Java to check that file has downloaded completely successfully or not? Are you getting the question?
Yes, sir. So like this scenario we have automated for our framework. So like we are not just checking, we are not checking size, but we are checking that the certain file, Excel file is downloaded or not. So in Java, there is class which check the downloads section. Like it will check the section based on timing.
Hmm.
Like based on timing, it's check the downloads. I'm unable to recall the function,
No
but in
worries.
Java, yeah, in Java we have one class which check which like if we provide the folder for which folder we need to check, then
Hmm.
it's check that folder, recently added item. So we
Okay.
do this, yeah.
So, yeah. So, is it possible for you to write the Java code for the same? You have to check whether that file has downloaded completely or not. So, what are the different conditions? What are the different logics, the permutations, combinations that you will handle while doing this thing? So, yes,
So
the logic that you will be writing that would be integrating with Selenium. But from
yeah.
Java perspective, what logic you will write first?
So first, like sir, uh, we will check like in the folder. We will first check based on the recently added,
Hmm.
which file is recently added.
Correct.
Get that file, so after that from file in for from file class we can get the size of that file.
Okay. Size of the file. Okay.
Yeah.
Then.
Then sir, we can like compare the size of the file from the file in UI, which what size we have. We will know like what size the file. Then we can compare the size accordingly.
Right. So what logic you will write when you have to, so all of a sudden the file cannot download in one go. Let's say
Okay.
if the file size is 5 GB, at first it will get downloaded for 100 KB, 200 KB, 300 KB, like that, it will increase the size. So how you will handle this thing in your code?
Uh, so sir, the even question. The file will be downloaded in a multiple part, or it will just take time to download. Like 5 GB, if it is 5 GB, then it will just take a time to download like
Yeah.
5 minutes or so.
No, yeah, it might take the time 5 minutes, but yes, the file would start getting downloaded. You would be able to see that file in that folder.
Okay.
Hmm. So let's say, and it is downloading in the incrementally, and its size is also getting increased
Okay.
incrementally like that.
So we can use a
But a good
thread.
question.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we can use thread concept. Like we can run
Hmm.
that logic in another thread, so that our
Hmm.
execution will not be impacted due to the time of that. And
Okay.
in another thread, we can just wait for the file to be like, if it is 2 GB, we are expecting 2 GB, then for the certain period of time we can just set the timeout, like maximum if it's take 5 minutes, then we can set a timeout, like if for 5 minutes we have to wait, and we have to then
Hmm.
check the uh, size of the file as of my approach.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Can you write that code? Can you write that logic?
So that logic I need to say, take a help of internet right
Okay.
now.
No worries. I'll tell you the logic. Wait.
Yeah,
Uh, See, what you can do here is, this is how you can do. So this is one of the class that we are creating, file download waiter. We want
yeah,
to wait for that file to get downloaded successfully, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
we will be creating an object of file,
Plus, yeah,
and we have kept integer weighted equal to 0 for now. So now what we are doing is we are going for a while condition, that wait is less than timeout seconds, right? It so again, it should not get timeout. You will be going for some particular timeout period during that particular
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
So you will have various conditions. First condition is the
If I,
file, if it's itself is existing there or not,
yeah,
right? Then the next condition is, and you would be keeping that in the long in this try catch. And why we
yeah,
are going for long data type? Because file size is more,
yeah. It
right?
will be like, it will be in GB.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
now, if you have you every 1 second you'll be checking the size of the file. So
yeah,
let's say before 1 second it is 400 KB. Now it is 600 KB.
yeah.
If the file size before is equal to file size after, then that means the file is completely downloaded. But if the file size before is less than file size after, that means still the downloading is in progress,
Progress. Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
simple logic that you can keep. And here, if else condition, if the file exists, then only you will go for this. If file does not exist, then no need to do anything. That means the download process itself has not started, or there is some bug in that thing, which is why your automation script also might get failed. But it is a pass fail kind of a situation. So it's a valid fail thing that is happening, right? The file itself is not getting downloaded, hence it is not going inside. Hence your automation script is also catching the bugs. That's how you can showcase,
Yes,
right?
understood. So I was thinking in a trade life means trade
Okay.
pool. That's why I thought that I
In
can't able to
thread, yeah, yeah.
write.
So eh,
No.
with
I understood.
respect to
Maybe,
thread
yeah, it is
also,
a very, yeah, it is a very simple logic. I understood, sir. I
yeah,
will
yeah. So in an
give.
interview, you have to think from various aspects. If you
Yeah,
think, with one or two
approach.
options,
Yeah,
okay, this is option one, this is option two, this is option three. You can think of those options in detail and then try to see where your code is getting optimized, where you are going for a simpler approach that you can take. Because in companies, what happens is we often have various approaches, but then which approach will take time? The client is not going to wait for us to complete the coding, right?
yes,
So we
yes,
also have to value the time in that.
yes, yes.
Right. Okay, Ronak. So I'm done with the Java interview questions.